All right, so I'm sitting here with good friend and fellow athlete Tim Flannery. Everybody say hi to Tim.
Hello, class. How are you?
All right, Tim. So over the years, you've played a lot of sports. What sports do you play now?
Currently, I don't play any actual team sports at the moment. I just ski, I snowboard, and do a lot of mountain bike riding. That's about it for the moment.
All right, all right. Would you say like those sports are like dangerous sports or less dangerous than other sports?
I would say they can be pretty dangerous, especially when you're, with mountain bike riding, you're jumping off of like small cliffs and stuff like that, and flying through trees going like 30, 40 miles an hour. Skiing and snowboarding, you're hitting jumps, rails. Additionally, going like 50, 60 miles an hour down those slopes. So yeah, it can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, right. Sounds like it. So like as a kid, you played more team sports though.
Oh, of course, yeah.
All
Played
right.
pretty much everything under the sun. I've done football, baseball, basketball, track, swimming, soccer, wrestling, hockey, both ice and roller. I don't know if there's any more sports left, but I played
Dang, man,
those.
seems like you've played them all, man. You are
Yeah,
the true athlete right here. So, over the years, you've gotten some injuries out of these sports, like you told me before,
I have.
right?
Yeah.
Concussions, majorly.
Yeah, I got
Right.
quite a number of concussions,
Yeah.
right around 10.
All right, why don't you tell us about a few of those?
All right. Probably the worst I ever had was I think I was a sophomore in high school. I was snowboarding up at Seven Springs, and they have a certain spot, certain place on the mountain. It's called the Spot, and that's where they have like the Olympic-sized super pipe and a couple other like Olympic-sized jumps. They have two. At that time, they were two tabletops with 45-foot gaps in between the actual takeoff and the landing. I'd run through them quite a few times, no problems, and then I started like going for bigger tricks on them. The one that really screwed me over was I did a 360 tail grab, but when I grabbed the tail of the snowboard, I kind of like threw it upward, and I ended up inverting myself to where I landed on my head. I cracked the helmet in half. I was knocked unconscious for quite some time. To this day, I don't remember that day at all. I don't remember crashing. I don't remember the ride home. But I do know like what happened just from my buddy telling me. On the way home from that, he said like I was annoying as all hell. He said like I kept asking like where am I? What happened? Like who am I? Who? Like why does my head hurt? He said I got really really annoying, but it was kind of like scary funny if you will. That's probably the worst I've ever had. I've had two others where I was actually like physically knocked out, but they weren't nearly as bad. The rest were just kind of like a major ring of the bell, if you will.
Makes sense. So like, I take it like whenever you got the really bad ones, you stopped for a while. You took some time off to let it heal.
I did.
Athletes today kind of, sometimes don't do that. Would you say, like, as a kid, I know, like, concussions weren't that serious back then. As a kid, did you play, like, with concussions, you think?
Of course.
Not taking time off
I mean,
or anything
concussions
like
at
that?
that time, I don't really feel like they even really existed, if you will. Like, at that time, I can remember getting, like, a couple times in football and a couple other times, and you just got told, you just rung your bell. And it hurt for a little bit, and you had a headache, but it was, something you just, whatever, it didn't matter. Then probably like, I don't know, probably around like 05, 06, that's when like I think concussions really started to become prevalent and like people knew about them and they became big time news. You saw them in the news, people were really getting messed up. You started to hear stories about NFL players who were having like major problems later in life because of having all those concussions or getting their bell rung. So yeah, it became a big deal at that point.
All right, final question. Do you have any advice for people with concussions, like how to get through it? What helped you? Like, what was your processing? Getting back out on there and hitting the hills again.
Yeah, just lay down and chill. Don't watch TV. That hurts unbelievably bad. Really, you can't even, depending on how bad it is, sometimes like you don't even want to move. Not even just laying there hurts your head so bad. Unfortunately, they always tell you not to sleep for like the first 24 hours of a concussion, or if you do, like make sure someone wakes you up, like I think it's every 20 minutes or something like that, which is absurd.
Yeah, right.
But pretty much just take it completely easy. Good luck doing schoolwork. It's not going to happen. Your brain just does not work at all. So yeah, you pretty much just have to lay around for like 2-3 weeks until you're good to go. Head stops hurting. Give it like a week after that, and then you're probably good to go.
All right. I know I said final question, but I do have one more. I just
Go
thought
ahead.
of. What was your biggest fear, like afterwards, like getting back out there? Like, did you have any fears about hitting the hills again once you were able to?
Hitting the slopes, not really. Actually, like hitting those same jumps again. Yeah, there's definitely like a slight fear still instilled in me. Coming back like when I was playing football and I got a few, it's like you don't really have a fear. It's just you don't want it to happen again. It's like, especially since like every time you get a concussion, you end up making yourself like it becomes easier and easier for you to get a concussion the next time over. Like each one makes you more susceptible to getting another. So it is like a domino effect.
Right. Soon a pat on the head's gonna give you one.
Yeah, I hope not.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time, Tim.
Hey, thank you, Jake.
All right. Any final words to the crowd?
See you, class. Nice hanging out with you. Bye.